If you've been looking at South Orange County, Mission Viejo is probably already on your radar, and for good reason. The median home here sold last month for $1,166,000, and I would argue it's probably one of the most underrated values in all of South Orange County, truly and honestly. So in this video, I want to answer the question, what do you really get for that money in Mission Viejo in 2026? And I'm going to walk you through the real price ranges, what neighborhoods actually look like, the schools, the commute, and most importantly, who Mission Viejo is the right fit for, and who might be making a mistake by choosing it over some other areas. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly where Mission Viejo fits in your decision. Let's get into it. If we haven't met yet, my name's Leland Pfannenstiel. I've been helping buyers move within Orange County for over the last 14 years. Places like Mission Viejo, Lake Forest, Laguna Niguel, City of Orange, Dana Point, San Clemente, Irvine, and all the other places. And if you're planning to make a move to Orange County, I put together a free Orange County relocation guide. Covers pricing, neighborhoods, schools, all the stuff that you would want to know before you make the move down here. Link is in the description. All right, let's start with context because Mission Viejo is not what most people expect. Mission Viejo sits at the heart of South Orange County, about 55 miles south of downtown LA and roughly 15 to 30 minutes from Irvine, depending on what time you leave. The city has about 94,000 residents, and it's one of the largest master plan communities ever built in the United States, literally designed from scratch starting in the 1960s. And that planning truly shows throughout the city. The streets are wide, the parks are well maintained, there are trails connecting neighborhoods, and at the center of it all is Lake Mission Viejo. Lake Mission Viejo is a private lake, members only, and if your home is in a neighborhood that grants lake access, you're getting something genuinely rare and super awesome. You got beach days, paddleboarding, summer concerts, boat rentals, all within 15 minutes from your front door, if not shorter, depending on where you're at in Mission Viejo. And this all comes without the beach house price tag. Now, 1.1 million median sounds like a lot, but here's the context that actually matters. Compared to Dana Point at 2.4 million or Laguna Niguel at 1.4 or more, Mission Viejo is where South Orange County buyers get the most house for the least money, I would argue. And that market is moving. According to the most recent Stephen Thomas Reports on Housing, who collects all the data for our housing market, Mission Viejo's expected market time is about 53 days. That's one of the fastest moving cities in all of South Orange County. Well-priced homes here are for sure not sitting. So what does your money actually buy? Let me break down what different budgets actually get you here in Mission Viejo right now based on what's actually selling. In the $800,000 to $1 million range, this is where you're looking at condos and townhomes or older detached homes that need some updating. Think 2 to 3 bedrooms. If you want to get into this market and you're coming from outside Orange County, this range does exist. In the $1 to $1.3 million range, this is the sweet spot. Think detached single family homes, 3 to 4 bedrooms, solid neighborhoods, often with updates already done. Sometimes a pool, sometimes views of the hills or Saddleback Mountain. This is where most of the clients from out of state usually land. There's awesome properties up to $2 million. According to the Stephen Thomas report, detached homes in Orange County between 1 to 1.25 million are moving in just 44 days at 100% of list price. Homes in this range in Mission Viejo are for sure priced to move. In the $1.3 to $1.7 million range, you're getting into larger floor plans, updated kitchens and baths, and neighborhoods closer to Lake Mission Viejo. Think Pacific Hills is in this range, larger lots, you got Saddleback Mountain views, one of the most desirable neighborhoods in the city. Above 1.7 million, you're in the premium pockets, hilltop views, larger lots, significant updates. Not common in Mission Viejo, but they do exist. Now, if you're coming from the Bay Area, San Jose, Palo Alto, San Francisco, you already know what 1.1 gets you there. You're competing over probably 1,100 square feet with no yard. In Mission Viejo, at that price, you're getting a real house, real outdoor space, and you're 20 minutes from the coast easy. That trade is why I'm always seeing more NorCal families move here each and every year. Mission Viejo is not one neighborhood. It's a collection of very distinct different communities, and which one makes sense for you depends on what you're prioritizing. Pacific Hills sits on the western ridgeline of the city, elevated lots, panoramic views towards the mountains, and open space. Newer construction from the 90s to the 2000s, and this is where buyers go if they want more house, more lot, and don't want to pay coastal prices for a view. Price range is typically 1.3 to 1.8 million. The Lake Mission Viejo neighborhoods, Andalusia, Canyon Crest, these areas are directly adjacent to the lake. These are for buyers where that lifestyle amenity is a non-negotiable. Lake access means summer beach days without driving to the coast. Price ranges are roughly from 1.1 to 1.5 million depending on the proximity. And of course, most neighborhoods within Mission Viejo do have lake access. Always connect with the agent to help you figure that out. Of course, that's what I'm here to do to help you. Costa del Sol is worth knowing about. It's a gated 55+ community, gorgeous, well-maintained resort style amenities, and that price range is around $900,000 to $1.1 million. That's the most affordable price point in the city for a detached home in a gated community. Also, there's an area called Palmia, which is also a 55 plus. This is a little bit newer than Casa del Sol, and it's also super nice. Some of the more original neighborhoods offer you the most affordable entry point into detached homes in Mission Viejo. Less updated typically, but the bones and location are super solid. Strong value play for buyers who want to renovate. Let's talk about schools. They're the #1 question that I usually get from buyers with kids, so let me give you the honest picture, and here we go. Mission Viejo sits across 2 school districts. The northern part of the city feeds into Saddleback Valley Unified, and the southern part feeds into Capistrano Unified. Both are A-rated on niche, top tier in California, and they're legitimately strong. Not Irvine Unified, which is probably the gold standard in the county, but they're still consistently solid, with real community feel and genuine programs. Mission Viejo High School in Saddleback Valley Unified is an international baccalaureate school, and it's been recognized as the California Distinguished School multiple times and offers one of the strongest IB programs in South Orange County. Capistrano Valley High School in Capo Unified is a National Blue Ribbon finalist. If you're coming from an area with strong public schools and that matters to you and your family, Mission Viejo for sure holds up. If schools are an absolute top priority and you want the highest rated district in most of Orange County, Irvine Unified is that benchmark, but Irvine prices reflect that. Mission Viejo gives you legitimately good schools at a meaningful discount versus Irvine. One thing to know, which district your specific home falls in matters. It really varies by neighborhood, sometimes by street. This is exactly the kind of thing I verify for every buyer before we search. Make sure we connect on that. Now let's talk about the commute. Mission Viejo to the Irvine spectrum, on a normal day, you're looking at about probably 10 to 20 minutes, really depends on what's happening with traffic. On a Tuesday morning, maybe 20 to 30 minutes, depending on what part of Mission Viejo you're leaving from. That's pretty workable for most people from a daily office commute. Mission Viejo to downtown Los Angeles, plan on 60 to 90 minutes, depending on when you leave. That's a tough daily grind. If you're going to LA most days, look at cities further north first before you commit to Mission Viejo. Most buyers who I'm working with right now who are relocating from out of Bay Area or from out of state, they usually seem to be hybrid or remote, 2 to 3 days in the office tops. For that lifestyle, Mission Viejo's location is perfect. You're pretty central in South Orange County, easy on and off the 5 freeway. You got the 241 toll road, and you're about 20 minutes from the coast. Places like Laguna Beach or driving down to Dana Point or San Clemente is really not that bad at all. It's super easy. All right, so Mission Viejo is the right move if you're coming from the Bay Area or you have to have South Orange County without paying those coastal prices. At that $1.1 million median range, you're getting a good home for a good price typically, then compared what you would pay for in Dana Point, Laguna Niguel, or San Clemente for that same budget. And if public schools matter to you, both Saddleback and Capistrano Unified consistently perform above state average, and the city itself is designed around families. If you really like master plan communities and you prefer to be in South Orange County, then I think you should keep Mission Viejo on your list. Also, one of the best things about Mission Viejo is the lake. So if you want access to a lake without paying those coastal prices, Lake Mission Viejo is probably America's best price amenity. Yes, I'm gonna try to say that. Most buyers from outside Orange County don't even know that it exists. Or if you're commuting to Irvine or working hybrid, the location is still excellent for that pattern. Everything is super accessible, very easy to get to. Mission Viejo is probably not the right fit if you want that walkable beach access as part of your daily life. Mission Viejo is about 20 to 30 minutes from the coast by car. So if you want that beach every morning is a non-negotiable for you, then I would say look at Dana Point or San Clemente or areas like Huntington Beach or Costa Mesa. If you want that vibrant, walkable downtown, Mission Viejo does have good shopping and restaurants. Think about the shops at Mission Viejo is right there, but it's suburban, it's car oriented, and it's not like Laguna Beach downtown style or a downtown like San Juan Capistrano. If you're commuting to LA 5 days a week, that drive is gonna wear on you faster than you think. I would encourage you to look at cities further north in North Orange County. And honestly, if you're not yet sure whether Mission Viejo, Irvine, Laguna Niguel, or San Clemente is the right fit, those are exactly the conversations I have with buyers every week. It's free, there's no pressure, and it will save you months of confusion by talking to a local agent like myself who's been driving around and showing property throughout Orange County for the last 14 years. Mission Viejo is one of those cities that people find and almost never want to leave. Orange County offers a lot of great places to live, it really does. And if Mission Viejo is on your radar, I've come across a lot of individuals and families that never left because of how beautiful it is and its prime central location. Whether it's the right move for you really depends on your budget, your lifestyle, and what you're really after. And that's exactly what I'm here to help you figure out. 2 things I want you to do right now. First, grab my South Orange County relocation guide from the description. It compares Mission Viejo, Lake Forest, Laguna Niguel, Dana Point, San Clemente side by side real up-to-date prices, built specifically for people making the move from out of area. Second, if you're within 6 to 12 months of making a move, let's talk. Grab a spot on my calendar, link is in the description. There's no pressure, no sales pitch. I'm here to be a resource for you and help answer all your questions about our market and anything real estate related. Just an honest conversation about whether Mission Viejo is actually your city. Thanks for watching, I'll see you on the next one.